I don't know. I think we all agree though. Like, just like let Indy die. Ladies, we have a new Indiana Jones in the works. Mel, did you hear about this?
Oh yay! I got the brief recap from Babs, but
Here we are. It's a new Indiana Jones game, not a movie. Thank
There
God.
is no
But
Indiana Jones 6 yet.
But by the way, I mentioned I started watching the Indiana Jones movie, right? And I have not watched a second of it since I started watching it. Nothing brought me back to it, which is honestly very, very sad that as somebody who loves Indiana Jones, I have no desire to go back and watch the rest of that movie. And the first like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, where the deep fake was like kind of fun, you know? But whatever. Okay. Anyway, so Indiana Jones and Blabs. What you really love this because the very very well thought out title.
It's literally leaked to be called The Great Circle, guys.
that's gonna get memed so hard. People are gonna talk about buttholes. Like you just know
Yeah,
Indy's Great Circle.
it's so lame. Like, you have these amazing titles from George Lucas, and then Bethesda's like, you know what'll be a really big hit? The Great Circle.
I love it. I love
Why?
like that does sound like you guarantee there's going to be a porno called Indiana Jones or Indy Jones and His Great Circle or something like
no.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
If you scroll down in the article, like a couple of paragraphs, circle of microtransactions, probably. This is probably a very credible leak, because if you scroll down a couple of paragraphs, they say that it was trademarked a couple of years ago under video games, like services for video games. So this is most likely the actual title, and it's just been leaked.
Oh.
I got to be honest, and this was pointed out in the chat. Like, can we just kind of let Indy go?
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
It's probably going to be Phoebe Waller-Bridge in there, too, and she's going to be like Indiana female Femme Jones. Yeah.
I don't. I mean, it's got to be.
Geriatric Indy? I don't know.
Well, no. I mean, the idea behind these games is that your heroes never age, right? You know, Mario's
Yay.
the same age as he was before, but I think we already have a good Indiana Jones in the video game space. His name is Nathan Drake, and her name is Laura Croft, right?
Yeah.
We have these Indiana Jones characters. We don't need an Indiana Jones game. And honestly, they do it better. You know, the Nathan Drake Uncharted series, you're playing a movie. It's the best movie that you could possibly play. And so why do we need this? And like, what was the last Indiana Jones game? I got to be honest, I don't even know.
It's been a long time. I think if you wanted to take I think a way that it could work is if you took an angle of let this be a video game over a movie, which is funny since this is based on a movie. But I think this whole making video games so much like a movie it's tired, it's old. I think when Uncharted first did it, it was fun, it was interesting. It was like, oh, neat. But after a while, a lot of us gamers are like, okay, can video games just be video games again and stop making everything focused around just the cinematic experience? So if Indiana Jones, the game, took more of an actual gameplay focus and an adventure focus, because even the current adventurer games aren't doing that. And so there is a market for it because that is missing. So if they were to take that angle, and then what, Indiana Jones is set in older times. Like I'm not hugely versed on the Indiana Jones, but isn't it like the 50s or something like that?
Right. So Indiana Jones primarily between like the 20s, the late turn of the century, 1910s, 1920s, and he's old in like the 1960s. Right, that's kind of the idea. But
The last one, which is
Gotcha.
my favorite one, The Last Crusade, has Nazis in it. Because they're
Okay,
German.
Yeah.
so I
20s,
think
30s,
maybe
yeah.
if they took some of that angle, okay, make it set in like the 30s or whatever and stick to that timeline, because then that's something different. That's something, that sets it apart from your Uncharted and Tomb Raider. And with that, he's not going to have access to current day technology, and it's just a true gritty adventure, man in the wild. And I think that could work, but in current modern day and how mainstream games are going, I'm not anticipating that. I'm thinking they're probably just going to take that story focus, that interactive story approach, and the gameplay is going to be pretty vapid as we continue to see.
Right. And you look at this list of games, you know, obviously the upcoming one, right? This is fine,
Lego
great.
Indiana.
These have been Facebook game, Indiana Jones World on Facebook, which I'm sure made it just a killing, right? I'm sure it did great.
Never heard of it.
But yeah, but then there's Lego Indiana Jones, right? And then that was back on the 360 and the Wii era. So that was 15 years ago now. The last time we saw.
I have that one.
Was it
I
any
have
good?
both Indiana. So that one actually would crash on my Wii a lot. To the fact that you couldn't even turn off the Wii, it would just start screaming, and you have to unplug it from the wall.
I just imagine the Wii just going, stop it! Stop!
Please
It'd
no.
go. You're like, what the shit? Like the entire game would freeze completely. But it was just fun, but not as fun. The second Lego Indiana Jones incorporated movie number 4 with Shia LaBeouf in it.
Yeah.
The best Lego game was the original one.
I mean, so here we are. The Adventures of Young Indiana Jones. Let's see. We had the Indiana Jones in the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That was based off the movie. That was for BlackBerry and mobile phone. Lego Indiana Jones. So once again, Lego. And the other ones are based off of like young Indiana Jones. So the last time we saw like an Indiana Jones game like this would be Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb
Oh.
for the PlayStation
I mean, the
2.
Young Indiana Jones counts too because it is Indiana Jones. I don't know if you've ever seen the Young Indiana Jones show. It's pretty decent.
Yeah, actually, that is on Disney Plus, and we don't have Disney Plus, but we're using a mutual friend's Disney Plus login. So maybe I'll go and watch the Young Indiana Jones. I've heard
those
good
are
things.
pretty good. My sister has like the entire box set from when she was younger. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, I'll definitely need to dig into that. Anyway, so I don't know. I think we all agree though. Like, just like let Indy die. Just let it move on. You know, I'm in love with that
Let the
time
past
period, just like
die.
anybody else, right? But
Kill it if you have to.
Let the past die. Kill it if you have to.